here's something for you all to think about. Back in the Old Testament days, Yahuwah gave us commandments. And he also gave us laws. There's a difference. The laws were put in place to force us in so many ways to keep the commandments. Just like, let's say, for instance, I'm on the highway. The speed limit is 55. That would be a commandment. The law would be the penalty for breaking the speed limit. It could be a ticket or even up to jail time. So that's the difference between the laws and the commandments. Now, back in the day, there were people out of straight fear of the law, they kept the commandments. That's a good thing. However, there were others who, out of love of Yahuwah, also kept the commandments. And then there were yet others who really didn't love him or fear the law, and they broke the commandment, and the penalty was immediate, which usually calls for death in a lot of instances. Now, after His Majesty Yahuwah came, we live in a period of grace. Grace is a temporary suspension of the law. A lot of folks don't understand what that means. And it's a time of testing just to see what you would do. You know, when parents leave the room, the child's true nature come out. Those of you who love the law and Yahuwah, love His commandments, are going to keep them. Those of you who really don't fear Him and don't love Him are going to break them. Now, that same analogy can be applied to women in this day. As it says, a man shall love his wife as Yahuwah loved the congregation, which is the congregation of Israel, Hebrews, the Hebrew Israelites. Now, check this out. Back in the Old Testament, according to the law, a woman had to stay with her husband. She was powerless to divorce him. If she divorced him, he could go forcefully bring her back to his house. He could discipline her too, physically. He could chastise her, and the only way she was free to remarry, which means to get another husband and lay with him, was after the death of her husband. Now, as I look about these days, it is a lawless and wicked generation. Women think they have the power to divorce. The law of Yahuwah still stands. They divorce and they remarry, which means you're in an adulterous relationship. Many of them stay with men for so long and they just leave them because they get bored or whatever. That's their true colors. They never really loved their husband, nor did they fear him. And guess what? We're under grace right now. It's a time of testing to see what your true nature and actions are. But that time is coming to a rapid end. And when it comes to an end, those wives who truly love their husbands will stay with them to the very end. That's the only thing, to the very end means till both of you die, she dies, or he dies. Now the harlots out there, the ones who have a spirit of a harlot, they love this nation, this wicked nation secretly. They love the words of the enemy, Satan, and they think that they have the power to divorce. Anything happens, their husband chastises them, say what they imposes his God-given right to tell them what they should do, and they get upset. Next thing you know, they're laying with another man, committing adultery, or they leave him. Just because the punishment isn't immediate doesn't mean it won't be in this life or the next. So that's something for you to keep in mind, women and men. And it goes for us too, man. If we're out here and we just because we got a little bit of liberty under grace, you can break His commandments, but there's consequences. The consequences may not be immediate, but they're surely going to be repaid in the next life. And to repent means that after you hear this truth from one of His branches, that you should fear Yahuwah and keep His commandments. Whether you keep them out of fear or love or both, it's still a righteous thing. But if you really don't love and fear Him, you're going to do what the fuck you want, and then consequences are going to be paid in the judgment. And that goes for you women too. Your commandment is very simple. Find you one man, stay with him. He should be your lawful husband. I don't care if you don't like him. I don't care if you ain't happy. It's a duty. You stay with him until death. As it says, what Yahuwah has joined together, let no man or woman put asunder. That means, you know what, that's for a whole nother lesson. And I've been wanting to teach that lesson for a while. So I hope you gained something from this short message. Peace be with you.
1,000 feet.
Do the right thing. Keep His commandments, because our redemption is really close.